Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Colleagues, good morning and welcome to our normal slot, the meeting this Tuesday. I want to hope that everyone is fine, despite the fact that we had challenges yesterday to an extent that we could no longer meet physically and we had to change our meeting to a virtual meeting. However, I think I'm still grateful the fact that we are able to continue the meeting instead of cancelling it. It would have been very difficult for us to get another slot for Honorable Alexander. So I do want to welcome all of you, colleagues, to this meeting this morning, and I declare this meeting officially open. I'll be helping me out with the apologies if we have any, or just sharing how many members do we have, and if everyone else is here, including the department.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members, delegation from the department and colleagues. Chair, we've got the apologies from the members of the committee. We've got apology from MP Isaacs, MP Trollip, MP Kulu, and MP Davids, Chair, from the members. And then we've also got the apology from UDM Chapa, and no, Chair, UDG sent an apology yesterday, but he is available. He will be joining the meeting, Chair. Chair, on the platform we've got MP Madlala, MP Smith, MP Nalane, MP Mutama, MP Okam, and MP Ntetwa. Maybe my colleagues will also assist me if I miss some of the members on the platform. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Alpi. My appreciation. Honorable members, is there anyone who would like to say something before we continue?
Chair, maybe just from my side, thank you very much for assisting, especially with the challenges of the floods that caught us a bit unprepared.
Yes.
Thank you for making it possible for us to continue.
Okay. No, thank you very much, Honorable Smith. I think we can now start, colleagues. We are on our agenda. We have the first item, the tabling and briefing on the Performing Animals Protection Amendment Bill 2025, which is a private member's bill. And we have Honorable Alexander, who's going to make the presentation this morning. And then later on, we'll then take the consideration and adoption of the outstanding draft committee minutes of the 6th, the 20th, the 27th May, the 3rd, the 10th, the 1st, and the 4th. The 3rd and 10th of June, and the 1st and the 4th of July. So let's start with the first item. Honorable Alexander, I hope that you are here. I would like to welcome you to the Portfolio Committee on Agriculture this morning with your team. I want to appreciate that you understood our challenges yesterday when we eventually changed very late that the meeting is going to be virtual, and you are here this morning. Thank you very much. I know that you may be having a team, the legal advisors and everyone else that you bring. You'll introduce them. You can actually share your documents from your side because the team has included you as part of the as part of the co-host. So you'll be able to share your document from your side. We did receive your presentation, and I want to believe that members are ready to engage with yourself. Honorable Alexander, please take the podium.
Sorry, Chair. 1 minute. Good morning, Chairperson, colleagues. I'm also connected. Is Honorable Mr. Matutu.
Oh,
sorry for disturbing.
No, it's fine. I wasn't informed that you are going to be part of us. So thank you very much. You are welcome, Honorable Matutu.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Okay. Honorable Alexander.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you for welcoming me in the Agricultural Committee today. It is a great pleasure to present and take you through the private members bill that I have sponsored. It is a private members bill on the amendment of the Performing Animals Act. And Chair, would you prefer if I flighted the presentation from my side?
Yes, please, if you can. If
Perfect.
not, the team can help you.
Let me give it I believe I can.
Okay.
There we go. So the private members bill, it was gazetted in 2003. This has been a long road that I have walked together with. Sorry, Chair?
No, continue.
Perfect. And we are here today to present the work that we have done over the years, and I'm very grateful for this. The bill came about as an expression to a judgment that has been awarded in Saldanha around denying of as an assistance animal into a Home Affairs office. And when we had a look around, there was very little legal framework that protected disabled people that make use of assistance animals. So this Performing Animals Protection Bill was used in order to provide these extra protections to these individuals. So the constitution and legal framework in which the bill was designed is obviously within our constitution under the Bill of Rights. We cannot unfairly discriminate on the grounds of disability, as well as in the PERDA Act, there is prohibition from unfair discrimination for people who have disabilities. However, the law is still a little bit vague on these. So like I just said, it was a judicial precedent that has been set in 2018, where an individual was denied access into home affairs due to the fact that they had a guide dog, and it was ruled that that was unconstitutional and unfair. So that this is where the Performing Animals Protection Amendment Bill comes in. So the problem statement is the legal gap that we have found, the discrimination that comes with that. Often individuals that make use of assistance animals feel very overwhelmed because when they are entering places or trying to make use of public transport, they get denied, or they have to validate themselves. So there's a lot of discrimination that happens in the sector. It also prevents them from living full lives, potentially working in the workforce, and just being independent. And this bill looks to make sure that they don't have to have that obstacle in their lives. There's also a lot of inconsistency in the understanding of what a guide dog or assistance animal is, and this bill looks to make sure that that is a little bit more clearer for people. The objective of the bill is the regulatory framework around licensing of assistance animal and the protection that they would get from that, creating clear standards within that, as well as a legal reinforcement around what it means if the individual is denied access. I'm going to take you through the proposed amendments. It is quite a simple bill and amendment, but for the purposes of the committee, I'd like to take you through the amendments that we have made. Within clause 1, do you by any chance have this open? Sorry, Chair, I just want to get my notes here. Okay, within the clause 1, we made use of the Performing Animals framework because in this framework, there already is a framework that would allow us to build on the licensing aspect. The key definitions and the 3 things that we propose here is that a person cannot unnecessarily be denied access for having an assistance dog, especially when they hold a license. This license will add an extra layer of protection. However, if an individual who uses an assistance animal does not have a license, they cannot be denied, but they may need to present extra reasons for the need for an assistance animal. And the bill makes it a criminal offense to deny somebody who has a license or without a license, if they are denied access. The clause 2 is that a body already exists within this legislation. There is already a body that grants licenses. We will then just add in, or the recommendation is to add in assistance animals, and also to ensure that we add in a national licensing officer that specializes in assistance animals that will help with the licensing procedure. Within clause 3, we made it essential that any person that must be provided the licensing officer, that they have criteria that the animal has been trained, and that they may need to go and visit the premises, which would be acceptable in this case. Within clause 4, Clause 4 splits up that the national licensing officer can grant licenses for assistance animals. And there are 2 questions that need to be answered. Is that does the animal support the disability that and the spaces that they intend to go in? And have they been trained by a prescribed organization? This means that the minister will need to prescribe an organization that can train assistance animals. And as mentioned earlier, we have added in that we would add in a clause around a specialist when it comes to assistance animal on behalf of the licensing. Clause 5 is around how long the licensing lasts. With the other animals in the Performing Animals Act, they have a 12-month license period. For assistance animals, this licensing period has been extended to 4 years, 48 months. Most assistance animals will work with their person for a period of about roughly 8 years. And we also wanted to ensure that the licensing process wasn't onerous on the person with the disability, but also that there was a fair and legal and just licensing process. Within clause 6, we have put that remind that the person does not have to apply for their license, and that an organization can apply for a license on behalf of the person with a disability, and they may need to show proof that they need to have that animal. But just to reiterate, we want the licensing process in place to ensure that individuals have the benefit of this legislation, but we didn't want it to be onerous and accessible for people with disabilities. Clause 7 is around that the regulations is only related to the license. We are not looking to regulate the industry as a whole here, but this is more about providing some checks and balances for organizations who train animals. But this is not about regulating the assistance animal training facility, but more around the licensing and allowing for public access once individuals make use of their guide dogs or their assistance animals. Within clause 8, the amendment here is the introduction of 2 new terms, definitions within the Act. The assistance animal means any animal that is trained to do work, guide, or alert or perform a task for a person with a disability in order to support him or her movement, sense, or activity. A person with a disability means a person who has a physical, intellectual, neurological, or sensory impairment that's sustainable limits, such as a person who might require support from an assistance animal. So these 2 definitions have been added to the bill in order to support the assistance animal requirement that we are looking to introduce. That kind of concludes the amendments of the bill that has been presented here today. Just to kind of sum up a little bit of the process that has taken part, stakeholder consultation has been had. There was inputs from Guide Dogs Association South Africa, Honey Garden for Medical Alert Dogs, Assistance Dogs International, and International Guide Dogs Federation have been very involved in this process and as stakeholders. And then just the conclusion is that the Performing Animals Protection Bill is a critical step towards realizing constitutional rights for people with disabilities by creating a comprehensive regulatory framework that can assist for assistance animals that will address the systematic discrimination, provide legal clarity around this, and enhance social inclusion. So I'd like to, at this stage, thank the committee for having me here today and Chair for hosting me. But behind the scenes, there have been critical supports that have been provided for me. And I'd like to thank Talana and the PLS team for their guidance, for getting to assist me to get the bill to this space and the ability to present it to you today. Thank you, Chair. I don't know if there are any questions for me.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Alexander. Is there anyone else who would like to comment before I take the questions here from the team that assisted you? Do you have them with you today?
Yes, I believe Talana is she is here with me today. She is from the Legal Services from Parliament.
Yes. Talana, do you want to come in, or are you fine with the presentation made by Honorable Alexander?
Oh, Talana, you're still on mute.
Sorry. Thank you so much, Honourable Chair. Thank you, Honourable Alexander. I have nothing at this stage to contribute and just hope that a motion of desirability is passed on this bill. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for being here. Honourable members, there is the presentation before you. I would like to hear if you would like to comment, and I'll see by show of hand. I have Honorable Tetwa, Honorable Okamp, Honorable Mtetwa, you will start.
Thank you, Chair, and greetings to honorable members. And pardon me for being on the road. I'm just reaching my destination, but I will make my input. And it's my return in this portfolio. The comment that I would like to make is as follows: is that there is an issue of race even amongst the people living with disability, which the racial issue is actually where you find that our people as blacks compared to the whites, there is inequality in terms of them being attended to. But also looking at the consultation process that needs to be done, I'm imagining whether the honorable member has reached out to Black organization of people living with disability so that we can make sure that what we are discussing here is not a white-based issue, but disability is an issue that is cross-cutting. But you find that based on the historical imbalances, we end up having a racial issue even in accessing the services that we are talking about here. I know for a fact I hosted in my offices the people with disability, but they were white only. And with regard to blacks, you find that they can't even have organizations that attends to them. So which means this consultation process can also be limiting, racially speaking. So we must then make sure that our people are actually given an opportunity to be heard, especially black organization. I emphasize that because I know in terms of race, whites, they take care of themselves alone. And our own blacks, our people, you find them being locked in back rooms. They never even get a chance. Obviously, it is our joint responsibility to take care of them. But because we also, the able-bodied individuals, are suffering from a problem of lack of access to economy, it directly affects even the people living with disability. Therefore, it means we need to make sure that this process we don't conclude it without ensuring there's parity. Why? Because in South African statistics, black people are actually 92%. So those people are actually the ones that needs to be taken care of in terms of access to the service that we are offering and we're talking about. So we need to make sure that we cover that area as well. Otherwise, that's my submission. Thanks, Chair. Thank you,
Thank you
Chair.
very much. Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Mtetwa. Honorable Okamp.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Chairperson, yeah, firstly, my thanks to Alexander and for the trouble that they went through on this. There's a lot of work that went into this, and we really want to thank them. I think this is a step in the right direction to really assist people with needs, people that are not as fortunate as we all are, people that really struggle with day-to-day tasks and have got animals that can assist them in executing those tasks. So I want to thank them firstly for their hard work, and I want to urge this committee to really propose that we go forward with this. To Honorable Mtetwa, disability doesn't choose a race. It chooses everybody. Unfortunately, there's people of every race, every culture that have got disabilities. This is not about a racial issue. This is about an issue with regards to how we treat those people and how we treat those animals. What we need to do in this country on a social level is obviously try to work as hard as we can so that every single disabled person that can be assisted by an animal must have that animal and must have that service available to them. But I don't think that we should in any way whatsoever racialize what we've got in front of us. We need to distinguish between the social issues that we are confronted with and between what we've got on the table with regards to the benefit of these animals and these people. When it comes to social issues, obviously we've got a lot more to do, but please don't racialize this. Let's go on. And I again just want to extend my gratitude towards Mrs. Alexander, Honorable Alexander, and everybody that worked very hard on this. People from legal services and people in that took part as stakeholders in this. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Okam. I don't see any other hand from honorable members here. I would like to check first if we do have, I'm trying to check from the department. Alpi, you said the DG is going to join. Honorable Alexander, in the meantime, while I'm trying to, the DG is here. DG and the team, welcome. I didn't welcome you earlier on. I just checked during the apologies, and I was told that you are going to be joining. Thank you for joining. Just before I allow the department to come in, I just want to raise one thing, Honorable Alexander. So there's one issue that I wanted to raise, which is around the licensing. When you were presenting earlier, you said there shouldn't be any discrimination of people with disabilities who are using the animals, whether they have a license or they do not have. And my question was, how long does it take to have a license? I know that you did make a presentation there. How do we avoid people being discriminated because they don't have a license? And therefore, how long does it take for one to have a license? And two, the Honorable Mtetwa talks about consulting broadly, in the society as to whether you have consulted other organizations that represent people with disabilities, where they consulted, considering that the bill is for their benefit, including other relevant departments. For example, your Department of Women, Youth and People with Disabilities. Did you speak to the Department of Agriculture? And maybe I'm leaving other departments that are involved here, whether it's the Department of, DSD, Department of Social Development, just to check if you have gone to engage all these other organizations and the departments, because as much as we are going to be assisting and working with you, it's very important that we do not take decisions on behalf of structures that are involved, which is organizations, but also in the departments that would have been able to assist us with information. I'm just checking that before I even bring the DG, because I don't want the DG to come in and say we were not consulted. So maybe let me allow you, Honorable Alexander, to respond first.
Thank you very much, Chair. Just regarding the consultation process, it was advertised, the consultation was also run via Parliament, and it was advertised quite widely. If it's all right, I'd ask Talana maybe to come in at the end after I've answered from my side, is that the department, my understanding is the departments are consulted on that. And Talana can just elaborate a little bit more on the level there. But the consultation was run through Parliament, and organizations were reached out to, and those that wanted to engage with this did engage with us. Just regarding some of the organizations, all the organizations that we engage with are all-inclusive organizations. Many of them actually make when they train the assistance animal, that assistance animal is at no cost to the person that with a disability. They would apply for that animal, and they have managed through years of funding opportunities to them to make sure that these animals can be provided to anybody with a disability with very little, with no cost to them. So that also ensures that there is as much inclusiveness as possible. Organizations that do train assistance dogs, and also people that make use of assistance dogs, the dog isn't a GPS. The individual that makes use of an animal as a tool to get around, they themselves, if they are blind, need to be able to navigate or orientate themselves. And many of these organizations also make use of training those kinds of skills, orientation and mobility, where individuals could make use of a white cane. And what that does is it allows for people to make choices for themselves. Do I want to use a dog as an assistance tool, or would I prefer to use a white cane? But what these organizations have done is that at any level possible, they have tried to make this as inclusive as possible. So at the end of the day, it is the individual's choice on what they use, and not whether they are privileged or lack that privilege. So, Chair, you asked a question around the licensing. The licensing currently stands at 45 days is what it should take to get a license, so just over a month. And when the bill has a desirability level, that we could possibly ask that the minister puts all the regulations in place within 6 months of that. But consultation in our constitution is extremely important. We want to hear from people wide and far, to make sure that the final result is always the most opportunity, provides the most opportunity. So I take the guidance from the committee around the consultation, but I can ensure that the consultation process was assisted to by Parliament, and as many organizations that reached out were engaged, and their inputs were considered. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Alexander. I see that members were very quiet and listening very carefully. I don't know whether this is their first time to have such a presentation on the protected animals. It is the first time for me, and so I have taken a very I took this time to be able to be very attentive in the presentations. I want to believe that we are going to continue and engage as a committee. So members probably will then be able to come in at some point and make comments so that we can build on this private bill. I see that we have Honorable Smith, and then we will allow Telana to come in. Honorable Smith.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Just a quick question on the licensing period. It might be for the department, because we have seen not only this department but multiple departments moving towards digitalization. And what is the chance that this licensing process can be moved online and paperless, so that it can be fast-tracked? So it's a question more for the department. because obviously, you want it to be as smooth and easy as possible to get access to that. Yeah, and also to track your licensing application. So that specifically, and then yeah, further, I propose that we do continue with this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Smith. Telana?
Thank you, Honourable Chair. I just wanted to make one thing clear regarding public participation. So with private members' bills, it does work a little differently to an executive bill. The member who sponsors the bill will approach legal services for objective legal advice on how to draft a bill to what they seek to address a mischief that they feel is necessary. When we drafted the bill, we then discovered that the Department of Agriculture administers licenses for performing animals, which are circus animals, animals in movies, and also guard dogs, dogs that are for protection and guarding. And then we realized that there could be a legislative gap to insert animals that are used for the blind, or service animals that are used for people with disabilities. So when a private member's bill is drafted, it is advertised, or the intention to introduce is advertised, the concept document is advertised, and members of the public are then invited to ask the member for the bill in order to assess what the bill intends to do. Once the bill is introduced to Parliament, the department is then invited to the committee where the bill is introduced to, and requested then to provide input whether it is feasible financially, whether it is feasible with regards to whether the department has it on their trajectory or on their plan in terms of the policy decisions. So at this juncture, the bill was advertised. The department would have been informed through the Gazette notice that went out, but the department is invited only when the bill is introduced to give comments. So that is the process of introducing a private member's bill. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much for the brief and the explanation on the processes legally. I was also advised that the department had not received the presentation on time, and that when we have our own meeting as a portfolio committee, we will then invite them to come in and make a comment after they have listened this morning to the presentation. And thank you very much, Telana. I see there is a hand of
Sorry, Chair, sorry, Chair, through you. Sorry, and I also forgot to mention that when the bill is processed by this committee, if the committee does choose to proceed with the bill is then formally advertised, and a public participation process must ensue within the committee, which the committee takes its own prerogative to choose whatever public participation process it wants to proceed with, and that can include grassroots public participation, where you invite communities to attend to meetings, whichever, especially considering that you're dealing with people with disabilities. So it's up to the committee to decide what type of public participation process they will proceed with. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Telana. Teto?
Yes, Chair, thank you. No, I was just actually coming exactly at the point which the legal advisor is saying that in law we have what we call a due diligence, which means we must be afforded an opportunity to go and actually verify the work that is being proposed in our own respective communities, because there is a reality. If we think that race is not involved in this, we are then fooling ourselves, because I know that the issue of economy is cross-cutting. When Group Areas Act was introduced, it was including people with disability racially. So which means if there are those who have an opportunity to have the access to these services, I know for a fact our people living in informal settlement, in the township, in the rural areas, those people are forgotten there. And so when you start talking about the advertisement, talking about digitization, all of those things, I know that the people living with disability, they are not just actually needing support themselves alone, but they need an extra person, which means in terms of economy, it drains the entire family just to attend to this person. So when we have racial issues that are not addressed economically, it means then you are going to be confronted with racial issues, even in the people living with disability. So on those grounds, we must be afforded an opportunity to ensure that we go down and hear from our own kin and kind whether this service that is being proposed here, it is something that they have access to, and then if it is, how do they access it, where? Because I know we don't have equal access to infrastructure and opportunities as racial groups in South Africa. That's a fact. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mteto. Honorable Oakham.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I think we need to distinguish between what the proposed amendments want to achieve and the disparities that are out there. If people do not have access to this, we need to deal with that on another level. This is not about the having access. This is about what happens after you've received access. I agree that we need to do a lot to make sure that everybody has got access. But I think Honorable Alexander have really handled that and explained to us that even these animals, when they are trained, there are no costs. They are given to every person that, well, all the people that might need it, irrespective of race. You don't have to pay a lot of money for this animal. So I really think that we must distinguish between the practical implications that the amendments that we are working on here now will have a benefit to those animals and those people. And then the issues that Honorable Mtetwa is bringing up are issues that we need to work on. But you can't complain about the implementability of something if it is not there to be implemented. So let's get this on the road. Let's get these amendments through, and then make sure that everybody in this country may have access and easy access to this and can be helped through this. But we should not throw out the baby with the bathwater on this. Let's get these regulations through and then tackle the social issues to make sure that everybody can benefit out of this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Oakham. I also want to just take this opportunity once more and thank you, honorable members, for your comments and questions that are assisting us to have a broader understanding of what is at hand now, that which has been presented by Honorable Alexander. Honorable Alexander and Telena, I want to say thank you very much once more for this presentation. I take it that we need to have a meeting again as a committee in the next term, where we are going to have the department coming in to comment and out of the presentation that has been made today, so that they also have play a role. And then from that meeting, we will then take a decision on the way forward. Honorable members and Honorable Alexander, we do thank you very much for this information, and we do realize that it has taken so many years for you to do this work up until where we are now. So we will rely on the next meeting where the department will come in, and immediately after that, we will then inform you of the way forward, of the decision that the portfolio committee would have taken. I have noted that Honorable Smith has proposed. However, I would like us to have another meeting the next term where we are going to have a department making comments also, so that there's information on both sides. Thank you very much, Honorable Smith. I see that you agree. Honorable members, I would like now to thank the department, by the way. Thank you very much, DG, for leading your team and come here and listen. I hope that when we invite you in the next meeting, you would be ready. You would have taken this presentation, look at it yourselves, and you would then have a view or, opinions and advice on how you take the presentation that has been made as a department. I would like to allow you to be released, those who would like to be released, except the honorable members, because we have items that the next item, which deals with the minutes of the previous meetings. Honorable Alexander, thank you very much. I don't know whether you want to say something before you leave.
Chair, just thank you very much for having me. I appreciate the time that the committee has given and look forward to further engagements with the department and all consultations going forward. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you very much. You are released, Honorable Alexander. Albertina, thank you very much. And we had Honorable Matutu. Thank you very much for joining us. Albertina, let me see the agenda again.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Matutu. And Bettina, I can't see, you have a different, you have a different agenda here. Is that the minutes? Okay. So those are the minutes of the 6th of May. I wanted to see which minutes I was dealing with instead of the agenda, and you decided you'll bring the minutes themselves.
My apology, Chair. I can't find the agenda now because I've already opened all the minutes. So that
Okay, no, that's fine. I have it with myself here. So we have the first minutes, it's the set of minutes of the 6th, and then we'll follow with the 20th and the 27th, the 6th of May. You can scroll down, Albertina, so that members can see. That's the first page, which deals with the apologies and the like, and there it's the second page. If there is anything on the members, you will stop us. That's the third page. The fourth. Honorable Inkosi Tebekulu is here, and Bettina, you put an apology for him. Okay, continue. Let's see the next page. Oh, you went back. No, I don't mean on these minutes. I mean in this meeting.
Okay, Chair. So must I go down again?
Yeah, go down.
Okay.
I don't mean the apology on this meeting, on this minutes. I mean in this meeting, because when we started, There was an apology for Nkosi. Let's go to the last page. Yeah, thank you very much. Members, there are your minutes of the 6th of May. Is there anything that you would like to comment on? If not, I will see by a show of hand for the approval of those minutes as a true reflection of the meeting that we had on the 6th. Members, are you here?
Chair, I
Yes,
move
we
for
are.
adoption.
I second.
Thank you very much. Honorable Smith moves and Honorable Ocampo seconds. Let's go to the next page of minutes, which is the 20th of May. Thank you. This is the one where we had the South African Human Rights Commission presenting, and with the South African People's Tribunal on agrotoxins. Continue to the next page, Albi. Yeah, if I'm quiet, you just go down, because this is the attendance thing. Yeah, let's go to the minutes themselves. I think members have seen whether they were in or they were not. And that's the second page. Let's go to the third page. Continue, Albi. Okay, thank you. Honorable members, can I hear your voice here?
I move for the adoption of the minutes.
Honorable Ndalane, is that you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming back. We are thankful that you are better now. We've been missing you as a committee when you were not well.
Yes, thanks very much for the support, Chair.
Okay. We have the mover. Any seconder?
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Ocampo. Let's go to the next minutes, which is the 27th of May. I'll be. I was muted. I was speaking alone here. Can you just go back a little bit? Yeah. Okay. All right. You can continue. Continue to the next page, Albin. Okay. Albin, what is the font of this document?
It's Arial 12, Chair. I don't know why this one is so small.
It's very small. Okay. Just go back a little bit. Yeah, okay. I'm struggling to read this. My eyes are crying now. That's better. And remember, there are your minutes. I want to believe that you read them before. These are the minutes of the 27th. Am I right, Alvin?
Yes, Chair.
Okay. Well, members, there are your minutes. We still have 4 more coming. If you can be warmer and let's deal with them quicker.
I move for the adoption of the minutes.
I second, Chairperson.
Ocamp, seconds. Thank you. Let's go to the next LP, which is the 3rd of June. Just go back first, just go back again, and we go back to the first page. Oh, okay. Continue. Continue, and I was not part of this this meeting, I remember. And the members' minutes on companion animals.
I move for adoption, Chair.
I
Thank
second, Chair. Ocamp.
Thank you very much, Honorable Smith and Honorable Ocamp. Let's go to the next LP. The minutes of the 10th of June. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Albin. Honorable members, Honorable Madlala, are you here? Honorable members, these are your minutes of the 10th of June.
I move for the adoption, Chairperson.
Thank you very much.
I second.
Okay, Honorable Okamp and Honorable Ndalane, thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Smith. Let's go to the one but last, which is July the 1st.
It's the second last, Chair.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's the second but last. We have the next, which is the 4th.
Yes, Chair.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Alpi. I asked the question if Honorable Madlala is here. Honorable Madlala, are you here?
He is on the platform, Godwatch.
No, I'm asking because I can see he's on the platform. I want to hear his voice. All right.
Chairperson, I move for the adoption. Okamp.
Thank you very much, Honorable Okamp.
I second.
Thank you, Honorable Smith, for the
I
seconding.
think the Honorable Ndala is here in spirit.
Come again.
I say, I think the Honorable Ndala is here in spirit.
I see that. I wanted a confirmation that he's here. Okay, so we go to the last one, which is the 4th of July. Alahlekile, Alpi.
Sorry, Chair.
Okay. Okay. Go look for them. Are you winning, Albertina?
I wonder what's going on, Chair, because on my side is on. Just let me check again.
Let me try on my side.
Can you see it? Honourable members, do you see it? Because on my side, I don't have.
No, we don't. Yeah, there it is now.
Oh, there, yes. Okay, go to the beginning, Alpin. Oh, okay, that was the consideration of the report, okay. Okay, cool. Okay, no, thank you very much, Alpin.
I'll move for adoption.
Honourable Smith moves for the adoption. Any seconder?
I second.
Thank you, Honourable Nalane, for the secondment. So all the minutes have been confirmed and adopted. Thank you very much, colleagues, for your time. Colleagues, just as we conclude, the last time I got a message, I think I posted it in the group, of Honourable Montwedi having been moved from the committee. And he said that he was moved by his party to go to the NCOP. So I just wanted to check earlier on. I tried to check with Albertina whether we do have a replacement or not. But once the processes have been handled, we will then probably have another member confirmed. Who will be replacing Honourable Mtwedi. So we'll not have Honourable Mtwedi anymore here. We'll miss him, but we'll have another member who's going to be joining us. Albi, you have not gotten the confirmation, or there's nothing that has been ATC'd.
Yes, Chair, because procedural, we have to wait for that ATC so that we can process it accordingly. But we are still waiting for this ATC, Chair. Once we receive it, and then we'll process it. And another thing, Chair, the meeting on Thursday is physical, Chair. I think we must remind the members as well. Thanks, Chair.
By the way, on Thursday, we're handling the watch quarter.
We are handling quarter four, Chair, but the entities, it's NAMAC, PPCB, and ARC.
Okay. Hopefully, we will not have the challenge that we've had yesterday with the flights, and that maybe the strike will have been resolved by that time. Honourable members, if there is nothing that any one of us would like to say, is there anyone who wants to say something before we close? Nhlanhla?
Good morning, Chair. Thank you. And good morning, members. Chair, I just wanted to remind the committee that if by any chance the meeting for Thursday will change, we need to then act fast in the changes, because, for example, today it was too late by the time that we cancelled yesterday, and that account of the food was already done and made, so it kind of went to waste today.
Oh, okay. No, I can come and eat.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Unfortunately, yeah, it had to be like that in Tlantla because it was not something that was planned. And we had to go back to apply for the change of the physical to virtual late in the evening. It was a situation that was not anticipated. So yeah, we really feel bad about that, and that you had already gone to preparations and this happens. But if there's anything on Thursday, I hope that we'll then be able to foresee it on time, especially because I know that probably members will have to be here tomorrow. So maybe we'll find, maybe we'll get all members on Thursday in a physical meeting. There's an issue that members, now that Nhlanhla have spoken, I've forgotten. An issue around the invitation that we had from the minister after the budget vote. We were supposed to join the minister for the evening. I don't know what you call it, Nhlanhla. But there were stakeholders that were invited by the minister, and it would have been nice that members were there to interact with the industry people and everyone else who were invited there. I had put an apology because I had a bereavement back home. And I'm told that, members were not there. Very few members were there, to an extent that the tables that were prepared for us as the portfolio committee were very empty. I know that Honorable Ocamp did attend, and Honorable Davids. I'm not sure about Honorable Smith and the others, but I want to.
It was myself, Honorable Ocamp, Honorable Singh, and Honorable Davids. It was only 4 of us.
Yeah, I think it's not good, that we get invited and all of us are not there. I would like to urge and request members that in future we show support. But besides showing support to the minister and the department, to be able to engage with the stakeholders and all industry people who always are invited in these events. And it helps if we attend, because we can then engage and we will learn more of their situation, and maybe in an informal environment, you can actually engage on many things that may not necessarily be done at a formal meeting, because it's not everybody that you are going to invite to these meetings where we're going to engage. So I just wanted to request that in future we be able to attend. But the other issue is the fact that once you have confirmed that you will attend, honorable members, then transport is organized and everything is ready. And then we withdraw, on the last minute, and transport being ready and drivers, waiting for members, and then members withdraw. It's not professional. So I thought I'm going to raise that. And the last thing is that, honorable members, we now have Honorable Ndalane back. She was hospitalized. She was not well. But we're glad that she has recovered and she has come back. Just wanted to say thank you for your time. Honorable members, we'll meet on Thursday. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chair. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, bye. Bye, Honorable Teko. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, honorable members. I'll see you on Thursday.
Recording stopped.